Several top VBS insiders, including board members and the chief KPMG auditor for the bank, have been arrested. The arrest came early, nearly 2 hours, or rather 2 years after a 2 billion rand theft of VBS Mutual Bank funds. The Hawks are expected to give more details on the arrests in their media briefing shortly. But let's quickly speak to a journalist, Pauli van Wyk, who has been following the story. Pauli, thank you so much for joining us at brief notice. What can you tell us at this time? You have posted a thread on your social media space. What are the details at this time?
Good day. Yes, as you said, 8 men have been arrested early on Wednesday morning in connection with a theft of 2.7 billion rand at VBS Mutual Bank. These crimes were committed around 2015 to 2018. Now, one person, we are not sure yet exactly who, was not arrested because they're in quarantine relating to COVID-19. They will be arrested after the quarantine period is done. The NPA has issued a racketeering certificate in which the group is accused of being instrumental in fleecing the bank's resources and ultimately led to its implosion. Now, we know that the bank's depositors were mainly the poorest of the poor people in Limpopo, especially Malamulele, Polokwane, in those areas, in the Venda area specifically, because it was historically a Venda bank. These people will be prosecuted for a broad range of crimes, which includes racketeering, corruption, money laundering, fraud, bribery, and theft. These people are Shafiwa Matapfi. He was the chairman of VBS and Daily Investments. The former VBS treasurer, Poppy Mokudobwani. The former VBS CFO, Philip Tritter. Now, Tritter, we must understand, even though he received only around 5.8 million rand in gratuitous money, he was instrumental in the matter because he is literally the guy who broke the banking system, who pushed the button saying, allowing money to go to certain people and fronts and companies. Then also arrested was the non-executive directors of VBS and the nominees of the PIC fund, which was Ernest Masani and Paul Magula. Now, they were tasked with guarding the PIC's investment in VBS. They did not do so and rather stole from the bank and helped keep the secret of how the bank was fleeced of its assets. Included in the arrests are KPMG auditor Sipho Malaba. He was a chartered accountant, and and then lastly, Lieutenant General Avasoni Ramikosi. He is the VBS non-executive director and chair of the bank's audit committee, and he was also a member of the police and the CFO of the police at the time of the investigation. So these people have been arrested. It's the first wave of arrests, and it will pave the way for more arrests relating to fixers in the business world, municipal managers and people who fleeced municipalities, and then politicians in the ANC and EFF probably.
Pauli, you form part of the cohort, including investigative journalists and civic society movements who've been calling for these arrests. What does it mean for your work going forward?
Well, for any journalist, it is an incentive to keep on keeping on and to ensure that we keep the prosecuting authority and the Hawks and the police their promises, ensure that they do their work, but also to shine a light on the facts and to police look for. Journalists is always independent, and we will recognize the Hawks and the prosecution and politicians making bargains. But in this instance, the police and the Hawks and the prosecuting authority must be lauded, and now we will closely watch them to ensure that they have prosecutable cases and that they prosecute this to the best of their ability.
You have received a lot of backlash in terms of some of the work you've done in this regard. Are you happy now that some of those assertions you've made might have a chance to be tested in court now?
Yes, absolutely. That's what we've been called for quite some time. A journalist can always only report on what we know and what we investigate and what we see. Our work is essentially to shine light on facts. We cannot lay charges against any person. We cannot prosecute people without partner our society, and we help society to make informed decisions. And from there on, journalists' work stops. Prosecutors must take it further.
Okay, we don't have.
Journalists' order.
We don't seem to have a good line there, but our time is up anyway. But thanks for talking to us, Pauli van Wyk. I'm sure it's a story that the rest of the upcoming SABC news shows will continue to talk about. Several top VBS insiders, including board members and the chief KPMG auditor for the bank, arrested this morning. That's it for the agenda. Thank you so much for joining us.